Hello, hello, my friends. Another dedicated candle review for you. Today, we're going to be talking about HOMEWORX Cutie Pie. Now, full disclosure, before we get into this review, this candle was sent to me in PR from Slatkin & Co. And so I do want to thank them for doing that. They always ask for my thoughts on a candle. They never tell me what my thoughts have to be. And if you've been with my channel any length of time, I've given them credit where credit is due. But there have been a couple of reviews on candles I've received in PR where I have told you, save your money. It's not performing well. It doesn't smell good, whatever. I always share my honest thoughts. So anyways, we can go ahead and get into this review. I might be a little bit bumpy and rusty throughout this because I am just getting back from a very nice family vacation. So I have not filmed in, goodness, probably about 2.5 weeks. So please forgive me if this review feels a little bit rusty, but here we go. Let's give a good crack at it. So we are talking about, like I said, the fragrance Cutie Pie. This is being marketed as a new fragrance this year. This is one of their standard 4-wick, 18-ounce vessels. It is currently available on the Slatkin & Co. website. Last I checked, I believed that it was around 20% off, but being that the Valentine's Day holiday is this week and the marketing or like the packaging is specifically geared toward that holiday, I wouldn't be surprised to see this one go on clearance within the near future. I don't have any inside information. I'm just following trends, and I feel like that's probably what's going to happen to it. So some of you guys may still be intrigued by this fragrance because it is a nice springtime fragrance. So the fragrance notes listed on Cutie Pie are sugar cookie, rose petals, citrus zest, and vanilla bean. The pour date of this specific candle that I am reviewing is October 17th, 2024. So what does my nose detect here? Here's the thing, you guys. I was really hoping, seeing that first note of sugar cookie, that this would be a little bit more of a gourmand scent. But if you're hoping for that, you're probably going to be disappointed, as I was. This fragrance to me is more in line with like a body care type of product, not necessarily perfumey, because when I think of perfumey, I think of like a very heavy type of fragrance. And this scent is not that to me. It's not heavy. It's more of like a watery rose type of accord in here. I do detect some vanilla, which does tend to mellow it out, but the vanilla, again, is not really like a true gourmand bakery vanilla. It's more of a vanilla fragrance that is used to kind of just tone down what I would say the headiness of a floral like rose, which for me personally, if you've watched any of my reviews, you guys know rose is one of the fragrances that and freesia tend to be very headache inducing for me. But I do think that, again, that vanilla accord just brings down the intensity of the rose fragrance. The citrus zest in here is what has me a little bit curious, because I think the citrus zest combined with the rose petals fragrance is what is giving this more of like a sweet body care. It's not full on rose, say like their True Love candle, which is also a Valentine's fragrance. I reviewed that candle back in 2023. I'm actually, fun fact, just lit that one up in my living room today. That fragrance to me is definitely more of your very strong, heady rose scent. But this to me is more of like a toned down, watery rose accord, one that you would find more so in a body care item. I have seen a couple of other reviewers compare this fragrance to Bath & Body Works Pink Petal Tea Cake. I have not had that fragrance in my collection before, but I've heard from more than one reviewer. More than one of them has made that comparison. So if you are a fan of that fragrance at Bath & Body Works, then I think that this is going to be a safe fragrance for you, just because, like I said, I can't make that comparison, but enough people that I respect in the fragrance community have made that comparison. So I will just pass that information along for you. Let's go ahead and talk about the performance. So I'm going to go ahead and lift this up really quickly. Now you can see that it hasn't achieved a full wax pull yet. However, I just lit this candle maybe 30 minutes ago. So I did want to let you guys know that this candle does pull out completely. I haven't had any issues with it pulling out. The wicks are performing quite well too. They're a little bit longer. They're not puny. We've got some good healthy flames there. And even at the end of like a 3 or 4 hour burn session, even there's been a a few times where I've burned this candle for, goodness, sorry there, you guys. I've burned this candle for maybe about 5 or 6 hours, which I know is longer than the recommended burn time. But honestly, even after burning them that long, I haven't had any excessive carbon residue at the end. I do trim these wicks just a little bit before each burn, but really, I haven't really had like I said, excessive carbon balls, you know, the ones that if you don't trim them and you light them, they'll explode into the wax pool. I haven't had that going on. I think that there is a little bit of wick residue because I do think that Harry has described these as self-trimming wicks. I do see a little bit of wick residue in the wax, but so far it has not impacted the fragrance. You can see that the candle is still burning quite cleanly. I'm not dealing with any sootiness. And again, like I said, it's not altering the fragrance. So the actual like pulling out in the wax pool is still pretty good for me. As I have said over the last year, I have been allocating, usually with the first burn of all of my HOMEWORX candles, I've usually been allocating about 5 hours for that first burn just to make sure that there's a complete wax pool. But I don't even feel like that was necessary on this candle. I feel like it did pull out completely within the first 3 hours on the first burn of this one. Now I am a little bit over the halfway mark on this candle. I would say I'm maybe at like 2/3 down on this one. And yeah, so far performing quite well for me. Strength and throw, we're going to talk about that because that has been something that I have noticed with a lot of HOMEWORX candles. This one, I will say from the outset, did perform a little bit better for me. I haven't really noticed an uptick like I have with some of the other candles where the first burn, it's kind of like not really noticeable, but then as I get going with more burns, then the fragrance really comes alive a little bit more. I would say that like it's a little bit there with this candle, or that assessment I would give to this one, but not as strongly as some of the other fragrances that I have burned. This candle for me, I'm going to give it an average strength and throw of around a 6 for me. It burns pretty well in my master bedroom, which is more closed concept, lower ceilings. It's about 9-foot high ceilings in there. If you are new to my channel and you're not familiar with how I do candle reviews, I do always list in the description box the layout of my home, square footage, environmental factors. All of those things are I feel like is information, or our information is information that you guys might want to have, so that way you can compare where I am coming from when I am expressing my opinion about how strong a candle is. We know that that's already a very subjective thing, but me just giving you that information, you can compare, you know, my 1,800 square foot house might be larger than your 900 square foot apartment that's more closed concept, or it may not compare at all to a 4,000 square foot open style concept. So anyways, I do always list that down below so that way you can see where I'm coming from. When I give a candle about a 6, it usually means that it performs well in my master bedroom. I can smell it decently. It's not knocking me over. It's not smacking me in the face, but it is a noticeable and detectable fragrance. However, if I place it out in my open concept living room where there are higher ceilings, the fragrance does tend to get a little bit lost out there. And that is what I have found with this fragrance. There have been times where I have felt like this fragrance, especially now as I'm getting further on down the wax pool, that I feel like it's a little bit stronger, maybe about a 7, but those first couple initial burns were around a 5. So that's where I'm saying, like, I'm not going to give it, like, it didn't vary greatly from the first burn to where it is now. And that's why I'm going to give it an average of about a 6. I feel like I over-explained that. But again, you guys, I warned you, this first review back is going to be a little bit rocky. Overall, you guys, I will say that this fragrance is going to be a one and done for me. I really like the packaging. I think it's very cute. I like the decorated sugar cookies there, but it's just not going to be a repurchase for me because I like the fragrance. I don't particularly love it. I'll finish burning it. And then it will be out of my collection. But again, if you are somebody who likes pink petal tea cake and you don't want a fragrance that is going to, or you're not expecting a fragrance that is going to smack you in the face, this is a nice like type of bedroom candle, I would say, then you might want to pick it up, especially if it goes on clearance after the Valentine's Day holiday. So I do have a discount code with Slatkin & Co. My discount code is KATIESJOYFULLIFE. It should save 15% on orders over $40. Sometimes that won't combine with other promotions, but you guys know I will always tell you save the most amount of money possible. If that means that there's a better sale going on, then by all means, take that up every day that ends in Y. My code is an affiliate one that is eligible for commission, so please only use that if you are comfortable. But let me know in the comment box down below, have you purchased this candle? What has your burn experience been with it? Have you been intrigued by it? I would be very curious to hear your thoughts. Please don't forget to hit thumbs up if you enjoyed this video or found it helpful. If you are new to my channel, hi, I'm Katie. I talk all things candles here on my channel. So if you like videos about candles, dedicated reviews like this, hauls, empties, an encouragement to use your candle collection, consider hitting that subscribe button. I do want to say thank you so very, very much for spending your time here with me today. And until my next one, I hope you all go out and have a very blessed day. Bye.